Hi, I'm Sean Kavanagh and this is another Aussie Target training video. So in this video we're going to talk about the transit tool. So this is your transit tool down here. You've got two buttons, one for drawing it, another for clearing it. Basically the idea of the transit tool is to show you the closest point that you're going to transit a goal so that you know where to drop your marker. Now obviously this applies particularly when you're going to miss a target. So that you've got some idea of where your closest point is. It gives you the reference on the map. The second thing it does is it also gives you a point to calculate your minimum and maximum distances from for any fly-on goals or any goals that are, that those distance limits apply to, because obviously distance limits apply to where your marker is, or where you log your mark, as opposed to the goal. But when we're flight planning, everyone expects they're going to get to the goal, so they plan their minimum and maximum distances around the goal. And when it goes wrong, that's when you can make mistakes. So in this scenario here, we're flying into waypoint 2, and I've set a fly on further down the road out towards the edge of my 3K, so I've got 1 and 3K rings here. Now at the moment, I'm not going to miss this by very much, but if I hit my transit tool, I get a little arc in there, and I'll just zoom in on that so you can see it. So you get this little line, an arc and a transit point, and that just tells me down here I've got the distance 301 meters. Also if I mouse over the waypoint, it tells me waypoint transit 301 meters. So I now know that I'm going to miss it by 300 meters to the left. Now if I wanted to, and particularly if I was worried that this was going to blow out and get worse for some reason, I could actually select the transit waypoint and redraw my minimum and maximum distance rings off there. Now I can see that this goal is still valid. I might be reconsidering it, because if I haven't got enough right to get to that, I'm probably going to struggle with that, but that's not the point of this exercise. And what I can do is turn on follow. So now these light up, and if the transit waypoint moves, these rings will move. Now one of the things about the transit line and the point is that you've got to manually update it. The reason it doesn't update automatically is that you want to be able to see if you're improving your distance without having to read numbers. So this is a visual cue for as you're getting close to dropping the waypoint, or even further out, when it becomes obvious that you're going to miss something, so that you can do your flight planning. So say things are really starting to go off here, and we're now going to well and truly miss this by nearly a kilometre. Manually update it. Tells me where the point is. It's going to be my closest point for dropping that marker, and tells me the distance down here, 1209 meters, and like I said, mouse over the waypoint and I get 12, waypoint transit 1209 meters. And you'll notice, because I had follow on, these rings updated, and what that's told me straight away is that where I was going to put this fly on goal is now outside of my maximum distance. Now ignoring the wind's changed and I can't get down there anyhow, I now know that even if I could get down there, that's not an option for me. So let's move this waypoint. So we unlock things, drag it up here, and let's say we put it back onto this intersection up here, because for some reason we're hugging our maximum distances. So as I'm flying along, like I said, this doesn't update the arc, and the idea of this is that if I start sliding to the right again, I'll see that I've come inside my transit point. Now at this point, kilometers away from it, that doesn't matter to me. I just want to know that I'm doing better than I was doing before. If I'm consistently doing better and I'm staying on this track, then I can update that position there and zoom out and quickly check that this is all still valid. If I keep improving my result, then I'll manually update it and we'll come around. And if everything is sort of magically turning right again on me, and it's looking like I'm definitely going to get down to my target, then obviously I can recalculate that, and now I can see up here this fly on is now a problem for me. So I really need to either move it to here if I do want to fly up to there, or move it back down to one of these intersections down here. And that is the idea of the transit tool. It gives you a very quick way of seeing what your closest point is going to be. Gives you plenty of time to actually figure out, you know, again, things with loggers have changed, but if this was old school, you know, dropping a marker in the middle of nowhere and hoping an observer can get to it, then you know you've got time to make an informed decision. You know, rather than putting a marker absolutely nowhere where no one can see it or find it again, you can start to make a calculated guess on where to put it. And that's the other thing this arc tool does, is shows you, you know, your closest point. If you're paralleling this curve, gives you a couple of ideas of where you can drop it and get the same sort of result. Okay, so that's the transit tool. Hopefully that all makes sense. And let's turn follow me off, and X will clear that off your map. You'll see that the rings stay where they were. And actually, just a neat little thing, if I turn follow me back on and change my bearing and redraw the transit, because it's looking for the waypoint called transit, that will all automatically update for you. So another neat little thing just to keep in mind. Okay, thanks for watching.